Hello, hi, this is Ermina again. I wanted to add something real quick. Most people, or many of us, we consume foods, we consume music, we consume scents, we consume things with our eyes without, with very little um, awareness of the multiple subtle messages that are also consumed at the same time. I'll give you an example with consuming junk food. For example, a bag of potato chips, right? Um, on one level, it's just food, right? Well, it's a food product. They don't even call it food. It's a food product. So it's made out of different components to create a specific taste, right? But now many of us know that's why there's all these different types of chips available now. But before all these different types were available, there came this outroar about some of the junk that was in there and how bad it was for us, blah, blah, blah. And then people began to um, consume different types of chips that were a little healthier, but they were still food products, but whatever. Well, that's one way of consuming. That's something you consume in your mouth that goes through your throat, that goes down the esophagus, that goes into the stomach, that gets all these different juices go in and doing a chemical process. Parts of it goes here, parts of it goes there, parts of it goes further down, and eventually you poop out what you don't necessarily, your body can't use, or some of it stays stuck in your colon because of the type of um, glue that it makes, like when you eat certain foods. My point is, it's a process that happens. And that process is multiple levels and multiple aspects of yourself. The way your throat responds to eating and the way your stomach is are not the same. The way your stomach is responding and the way your colon are not the same. The way your each have their own realms and each have their own laws. These are what's coded in so-called hermetic or spiritual laws. Okay, that's your mouth. And people who are in control of the economic system, the world, they study and they know this at a level that y'all can't even imagine. And I don't even think I know 10% of what's known, maybe 0.1% of what's known. So if you know less than me, you're completely blind right now. Deaf, dumb, and blind. And it's okay to accept that because I was there too. And once you realize how little you know about stuff, or once I realized how little I know, then I became a critical thinker, and now everything I consume, I analyze. That's with the food. But guess what? The same way it's done with the food is done with the ears. And some of you have watched what was that guy's name who passed away, and he was a new agey type healer. But he spoke a lot about what you consume in your ears, what you listen to, and how it affects you. Same thing. It goes through a process, and then parts of it goes. But unlike the stomach, where you've got an entire, you have a longer opportunity. I think it's a full day, really, depending on what you're eating, for things to break down and get into your system. With the ears, it doesn't take that long because you don't have a stomach. I mean, you do. You have a processing mechanism, but it doesn't take a full day for what you hear to get embedded into your subconscious mind. As a matter of fact, the distance is quite short, right? Guess what? Your eyes are even closer because everything you process here goes straight back into that middle brain aspect of yourself. So it's almost instantaneous. Here's the worst one, your nose. Okay, so you can see the difference. This one goes through this process, which takes a while. So your food has an effect on you, but it may take a while. Some people may have immediate reaction because you do have taste buds, and you also have porous aspects of your mouth where things are, like if you drink alcohol, you immediately, some of it immediately goes to your brain because you, I mean, to your bloodstream, excuse me, because you absorb it in your mouth. Not all of it, but you absorb some of it in your mouth. But things like cigarettes, some of it goes to your lung, but a lot of it goes into your bloodstream as well. So my point is, what I'm trying to say is, the same way you can consume junk food because it looks good, right? It looks really good in the package. It's the same way you can consume junk information because it looks good. Did that get in? The same way you can consume junk food because the packaging looks really, really good. It has beautiful colors. It has all these wonderful things. Um, it's delicious to the taste. It's like chocolate. Chocolate sends me to heaven every freaking time, right? Every time I go to heavens, many heavens actually, with chocolate, certain chocolate. So can you see how one of your seals, not your mouth, but your eyes, wherever, information goes in and it gets processed the same way, but different types of information. So there's a long video I created, much longer video I created. I think it's 30 minutes, 32 minutes on how to, I forgot the title I decided on, but it's something on how to process information wisely or something like that. I have to make it really, I have to use certain words because I didn't want it to be like everything else that's out there that's getting people upset. It's not, my intention is not to get you upset, but to support you in your continuous growth. You might get upset anyway, but there's nothing I can do about that. All right, so check that out when it comes out. But I wanted to put this out for those of you who really want a quickie. Let me stop. Okay, bye. Yes, I need to stop.